What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. In this video, I'm going to tell you what it's been like living with a foldable phone, specifically the Galaxy Z Fold 2. I got this phone a little over 10 months ago at this point, and it's been a wild ride, to say the least, of living with a foldable phone. But at the same time, I would not change it for anything. It's been the most exciting device I have had since the iPhone 3G. That was the phone that completely blew me away. And then there's been phones along the way that have been really awesome phones. And then it's come to this phone that has just renewed my interest completely in mobile phones and has given me that feeling of something new, something fresh, and something to look forward to all at the same time. So let's get into the 5 reasons and 5 things, I should say, about how it's been living with this phone. So let's get into number 1. So the first thing I have to say that I've learned while using this phone is that I absolutely now love, and I could say love for infinity, huge displays. Man, this changes your life. Completely changes your life. You pull up a video, for instance, and when you're watching it, it's humongous. It changes your life. You never want to, see anything smaller than this. It's so amazing to be able to do that. And then not even just videos, games. If you're a gamer, this is the phone to get for gaming. It's so immersive. Now, this is just a little word game, but you put the volume on, you get this huge display, you're spelling words, you're learning words. I'm gonna spell the word hide. And, you feel like you're living again. It's so awesome. It's definitely, without a doubt, one of the things. I always knew I loved large phones, loved big screen displays, but this is just another level. It's just, I want it even bigger than this. It's a disease now that I'm sick in the head. I need it to be bigger. I want it to be bigger, and this just satisfies that little itch, and hopefully it kind of makes it go further and further. Number 2 is you have to be extremely careful with this phone. Now, don't get me wrong. I've dropped it on my carpet, and I've dropped it, when I've been sleeping, and it fell off the side of my bed and hit the bed a little bit, and it's been absolutely fine. So it's not like every time you drop this, it's going to break. But this has literally been, I think, the first phone that I can personally remember that I actually broke it. I was walking one day, I did a whole series of videos on it, and smack dab, cracked the screen, broke. And it was, for the most part, it was a nightmare. Completely missed this phone. I had used the Galaxy S21 Ultra for a bit, which, again, that's not a death sentence. That's not a bad thing to have to use that phone. But when you're coming from this huge display and going to that, it is a big change. You get used to it, but eventually it's man, I really miss this phone. So be careful with this phone. Be somewhat gentle with it, and definitely put a case on this, and get a case that is really going to protect it. If there's glass that you can put on there, tempered glass, get that. But just be very careful with holding it, and hopefully things will be okay. Speaking of breaking the phone, and I never say this really about any other phone, but get insurance on it, either through your carrier or through Samsung themselves, but get insurance. It's too expensive to, if you break this or damage this, be safe about it and have that peace of mind that, the phone is a little bit more fragile than some of the other phones on the market, like a traditional, candy bar type phone. So don't take the risk. Get an insurance plan. And again, I would probably personally never say that about any other phone on the market today, but this one, without a doubt, get it. Peace of mind, protection, and if you break it or lose it or get it stolen, especially if you have some of these insurance plans, that'll cover the cost of a lost or a stolen phone. And then beyond that, even if you just break it, at least you'll feel a little bit better about yourself. You won't have to come up with an arm and a leg. Number 4 is, man, I have never been more noticed by people at stores. I'm at Target, I'm at the grocery store. I pull out the phone to, show them a barcode, or to just, I'm looking at my phone somewhere, have it be at a restaurant or at the park with my son or somewhere else. And people are like, whoa, what is that? What phone is that? Or they'll be like, oh, is that the new Galaxy phone? Since, COVID has kind of loosened up its strings on us and let us kind of be going out in public and a little bit more loose with everybody, more people have noticed this phone and have been like completely blown away. And they either don't know about it and they're like, what phone is that? Or they kind of know about it. But ultimately, it just kind of shows me that there's people that are interested in this form factor, that want this form factor. Unfortunately, most of them are Apple people that only want the Apple version of this, which Apple probably will have this and is rumored to be having something like this by 2023. But if Samsung can get the word out and let more people know about this, I think they're going to have more fans and more customers for this phone. And it's just a matter of them getting the right marketing and out there. And I feel like a great marketing tool would be to just show YouTubers or real people, not that we're not real people, but real people on the streets and stuff, just using this phone and showing off this phone. It'd be such a smart marketing plan because it's so fun to use this. Now, before I get to number 5, let me throw a little bonus one in here. You have to get one of these like clips on the phone. I'm using this little thing here. I'll put a link down below. I just got sent these and I'm actually really liking it. It helps you stand your phone up. It helps you grip your phone easier. It's just a complete help. You could go the PopSocket route. I've had those too. Actually, I have it right here on this phone. That's the other back of it. So you could do PopSockets. You could do pretty much anything, but these are my 2 favorites. These like little ring holders, and then also the PopSockets. But get something to make it hold you. You'll want to hold your phone easier. It's way more comfortable. My dad, for instance, he has a PopSocket. He never had a PopSocket in his life. His fell off, and he's like, "Oh my God, I need it back on. I need it." You get so used to these things, it makes it so much more comfortable to use your phone, especially these huge devices. So get something to make it easier to hold your phone. And the last one is you kind of would have expected, just by the way I've been saying, I will never, ever go back to a traditional candy bar phone. I just can't. It's so difficult to have something this big and beautiful and extravagant and just out of this world and go back to, something like this. It really is, especially if you love this form factor. It's that much harder to go back. And you want to see more of these type of phones on the market, and you want to go through that experience of saying, oh, which one do I like? This is not a dime a dozen phone. This is like very few phones are like this. Huawei makes one, Xiaomi I think makes one. That's pretty much it. There's a couple other phones, but that's pretty much it. And in America, it's pretty much just this phone for the most part. So to have something like this and then go back to a candy bar phone, it doesn't feel right. It feels weird, and you get addicted to this. So there you guys go. That's pretty much the things that I've learned. I mean, there's other little things like, I wish the cameras are better on this, like to take better photos. The S21 Ultra definitely has better cameras than this, and I've noticed that. Stupid things like that. But other than that, like those things that I learned, those are on a daily basis that I'm like, wow, totally makes me feel a certain way, and I feel that very often. So let me know about you guys. If you've had this phone, how do you feel about it? What have you learned? Is there anything? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're interested, Galaxy Z Fold 3 at the time of making this video will be out very soon, August 2021. We'll see you guys down the road. Peace.